Hello, my name's Mike Parker and I'm the Chaplain General of the British Army. I'm in training to run the London Marathon in aid of the Army Benevolent Fund. Over the next 26 days, I hope to share with you some of that training journey, as I'm joined by a number of people who are connected to chaplaincy in the British Army. We'll also spend some time thinking about the close link between chaplains and our charity partners. Reflect a bit on what it means to keep ourselves physically ready for the job that we do, and also perhaps some thinking about spiritual readiness. What does that mean? How can we keep ourselves balanced in our physicality and our spirituality? And how does that make us better as chaplains? So I hope you'll join me on this journey. A journey in which I get a little bit fitter and you get to learn something of the work of the Army Benevolent Fund. One of the questions I get asked a lot about this project to run the London Marathon is, why now? Well, the simple answer is, it's all about 26. You see, I am the 26th Chaplain General of the British Army. Number 26, going all the way back to 1796. This is also my 26th year of service. 26 years serving the British Army as a chaplain. So why not celebrate 26 by running 26 miles on the 26th of April 2026? Another common question: why the Army Benevolent Fund? Well, ABF is the Army's charity, and over my time in the Army I've had a number of occasions where I've been able to get support for soldiers, support for veterans, by engaging with our charity partners, and in particular the ABF. A number of years ago now, I got involved in a project where I helped to deliver chaplaincy to a group of wounded personnel, some veterans, some still serving. This project brought together the American Wounded Warrior Project with some of our British personnel linked to Blesma, and together those two groups cycled various places around the UK and over to France in Normandy, and spending time with those injured service personnel reminded me just how important the bonds of service are and how critical the work of our charities can be. It was a great privilege. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about trying to cycle whilst pulling people on handbikes up British hills. I learned a lot about how people with artificial limbs can strap themselves onto a pedal on a bicycle, but if the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, there's nothing they can do but fall off. It's one of the most memorable things I've been able to do during my time in chaplaincy. And this is just a little bit of me paying back to the Army Benevolent Fund by trying to raise some money for their work through your engagement with this project. Some people have asked me about the fitness requirements to run a marathon. I've always been a runner. I've never been a marathon runner. 10k is my preferred distance. Cross country, on track, on roads. Training for the marathon it's been a real stretch. Trying to fit lengthy training blocks around a busy diary, but I've really enjoyed the process. As someone who tends to run early in the morning, I've enjoyed having a little bit longer, a bit more opportunity to clear the head, a chance to create space to think as well as run. And I feel healthier. I don't know if this is me becoming a marathon runner, but it's definitely me understanding and appreciating just how hard it is to get those training runs done. Perhaps even harder than finishing the marathon itself. I've learnt a lot about myself in the process as well. I've learnt about mental toughness, about how you cope with the negative voices, how you find the strength to search out the positives when you get injured. How can you keep your motivation high? What are the things you draw on in those moments to help make you a better runner? As a chaplain, that's where my spirituality comes to the fore. It's not just the altruistic nature of doing this in support of a charity. It's about the meaning I find in life that comes through faith. It's about recognizing that in so many ways, the strength that I want to bring to the work I do is rooted in a faith in God, in being nurtured in a Christian community, and being released from that community to serve other people in the name of my faith. As I look back on 26 years service in the army, there are many things I'm grateful for. For the prayerful support of that church community which brought me into this work, of the colleagues with whom I share it, and of the fantastic soldiers who we get to walk alongside. Those are the positive thoughts that enable me to keep going when the miles get a bit tough. 26 miles, 26 people, 26 stories, 26 opportunities for you to encounter something of the great work that our charities do. I hope you find them interesting. If you can, please support the charity. You'll see links on all of our social media feeds to help you do that. But even if you can't afford any money, please just spend a little bit of time listening and reflecting on the great work that our charity partners do in support of our serving and veteran community. God bless you.